we're going to be talking about social media influencing, Nigerians' influencer culture, a tool for social change, and more. Today, as the world evolves, so is the Nigerians' influencer culture, evolving beyond mere brand promotion and entertainment. What began as a platform for personal expression and lifestyle display has transformed into a powerful vehicle for social advocacy, political engagement, and cultural shift. From calling out injustice to mobilizing youth for elections, influencers are redefining the meaning of influence, using their platforms to ignite conversations, inspire action, and shape the narrative of a new Nigeria. And now, to do justice to this topic, we have a very well-known social media influencer with us. His name is Nasir Bapi. He is a visionary entrepreneur, a seasoned influencer, and the founder of Unlock Ariwa. It will interest you to know that he is a retired Nigerian Air Force officer. Welcome, and thanks for joining us in this program today, Mr. Bapi.
Thank you very much.
Now, let's dive in. How did you find yourself into social media influencing?
It started as I'm a content creator. You know, there is the difference between content creator and influencing. Actually, I was a photographer before, videographer, and you have the network, and you have people following you, learning new things. So gradually, you don't know when you start inspiring people, and people started reaching out, questions, DMs, what is happening, what is going on, you understand? So gradually, then you realize that influencing people and influencing community is just something different from being a content creator, you understand?
So I'm curious, you know, because being Air Force and to influencer, I mean, she said former. So what happened? How did you actually, you know, transit from Air Force to influencer? And is it a full-time thing that you do right now?
Yeah, influencing is a full-time job right now. I do influence and I help influencers become influencers. And you know, at this modern age, everybody is an influencer. You're an influencer, I'm an influencer, and everybody is now an influencer. So it's easy to become an influencer. It's just that if you know the right niche and the right place to place your own audience. You know, influencing is all about affecting people, changing mindsets, making people make decisions. You understand? So it's easy to make, or I would say it's easy to become an influencer these days.
So how do you believe influencers like yourself can drive social change and promote accountability in Nigeria?
I would say influencers like ourselves in this modern age, you know, in far before, influencers, or I would say that TV celebrities, or, you know?
Yeah, way back.
With people with a lot of high number of followers, you understand? But nowadays, a single post from somebody with just 100 people, followers, can go millions of reach.
Yeah.
And it will touch a lot of lives. And it will change the narrative and the way we perceive and, you know, perceive information.
So if you're talking about one post and, you know, it depends on the number of followers that you have, how do you know the right, you know, content to even post and for it to go viral, to even touch the lives of people? How do you select your content?
It depends on the trend. You know, like, I'll give you an example. There was a time when Sudan crisis. I can remember there was one girl, I can't really remember her name. She's not an influencer, but because she's part of the journey, and people who are busy following her up, okay, they are leaving this town, from this town to this town. In few days, all bloggers, all influencers have started talking about her, and people are following and reaching out to her to know what is going on, their families, you understand? So in no time, she became an influencer with thousands of followers. Because she has changed the narrative and she has changed the culture of how
just
people.
by one that post.
Yes.
Mr. Bapi, what social issues do you feel so passionate about? to influence, like to talk about or to create content about in social media?
Most especially, I'm from northern Nigeria. I would say changing narratives. You understand? The way we think in northern Nigeria is far way different, and the way people perceive information. I would say like the Malams and the Wana are our own local influencers that don't have much media presence. Now I would say, okay, you see a TikToker talking, and in no time the governor will have to respond. You understand? Malam has to respond. So it has changed the narrative of how we see things and how information are passed. You understand? So I would like to, or I would say my main focus, or the kind of people I grew, is changing narrative of how people think.
Yeah, so, let's talk about what is even happening right now with regards to, social media influencing in the case of Hamdia. She came out to speak, which I feel her right is violated at this point, when it comes with regards to freedom of speech and expression. What are the challenges influencers face when you look at the situation of Hamdia right now?
Yeah, people tend to forget the media or the influence. There are three key role players. We have the brands, we have the influencers, and we have the governments. We usually tend to forget about the law. You understand? There are some certain rules government agencies or governments put in place for us to abide by them. The kind of information that are supposed to go out and the kind of information that are not supposed to go out. It might be really happening, but sometimes the government don't want to really have that information out. You understand? Because of the way the public will perceive it. Somebody is in Zamfara, somebody is in Yola, somebody is in Kaduna, Lagos, and you bring this information out, you understand, without filter. So you have affected the life of a lot of things and how they view the environment. You understand? So it's not about sometimes about freedom of speech, but the government have to protect the livelihoods.
So do you think they are right in this aspect with arresting her, being under custody for a while now?
No, I can't really say it. It's not my field to really justify. You understand? So I can't really talk about that matter. But what I would say is being an influencer has to go with a lot of burden. That's why major influencers like you see, like BD, Very Dark Man has his own lawyer because he's always going to be in trouble. You understand? So in the future, everybody will come and have that advocacy lawyer for influencers because you don't know, even if you're working with brands, there are deals you're supposed to sign.
Yeah, and the lawyer has to be there.
And the lawyer has to be there. So there are laws and guidance the government has to protect. Like now, the government has to put in place that, okay, all media agencies or all companies have these regulatory bodies that you have to go and send your contents for verification before you can post it online. I don't know whether you know about that. So.
Well, because I would know certain things about that because I try to be on the social media, even though sometimes it's hectic.
You are an influencer yourself.
Yeah. Oh, not an activist like VDM or Nasser. I don't know the kind of influencing he does, but because you said you started with content creating, and then you jumped into influence. So what kind of influencing do you do? Because elections are coming. Being an influencer coming from Arewa, what kind of influencing do you think you can do to change, certain narratives with regards to politics and what is happening so far?
Politics is a dirty game. It depends on where you want and where you're heading to. You understand? Some things are real, some things are not real. But influencing is all about changing the mindsets. That's why you have to be very careful when being an influencer. You might be supporting a political party, and it's just about your own interests, trying to influence the people that are surrounding you. You understand? So I feel like in the upcoming election, there's going to be a very big challenge. Because nowadays, everybody has social media. If you go to every rural area, everybody's on TikTok. Everybody's on, you understand? So information will go faster than it was before, when politicians used to rely on emirs, used to rely on malams, you understand? this digital age will change everything, and 2027 will really be a different ballgame. And they have to be very ready for it.
So let me add to what the question Fatima asked. Can you share a specific campaign or initiative you've been involved in that had a significant impact on social change?
From 2015 till date, we have taught more than 6,800 students for free, and in ICT, media, and entrepreneurship. And that came because in 2014, I was a lecturer abroad, and I was teaching ICT, basic ICT. So I realized that most Nigerians don't have basic ICT knowledge. That was what even brought about the company or local area. So when I came back to Nigeria, I'm like, what is the problem? Yeah, so it's okay, it's from secondary school that we don't have that basic IT knowledge. So that's bring up the name or local area. So that's why we started going to secondary schools and be given free trainings. So we started with media, and even when I joined the military, I continue funding it, continue, pushing it, because I want that social change, because I know the future is in ICT, and internet has come to stay.
So it's a different thing to have followers, and it's a different thing to stay relevant in the spotlight.
Yes.
How do you make sure that you consistently stay relevant and your content actually go viral to make that change that you campaign for?
All right, I'll just give you 2 examples. I'll say, you can see actresses or an actor with 2 million, 4 million followers, but he doesn't have influence over his followers.
Likes and views are low.
And are low. And you see somebody with just 10,000, 100,000, and you see a lot of massive
millions
of views and whatnot. So there's difference between having an influence over people, you understand, and just being somebody with a lot of massive followers. You understand? So for you to stay relevant, you have to you have to be active with the current trends. At the same time, you have to be, giving people what they really need. You have to understand the culture. You have to understand the people around you. What do I need, or what do they need? This moment, how can I make their lives better? How can I make them feel comfortable? How can I make them want to come back and have new things? Because everybody wants to learn every day.
So have you faced any challenges or backlash while advocating for accountability? And if so, how did you navigate the situation?
A lot of challenges, of course.
Can you share it with us?
I will share some are private share. You see, when I was influencing as a military personnel, I can't do anything, of course, you understand. But I already founded the company before joining the military as a short service officer. So being a founder of the company and the media presenting my pictures and other things, and you having grown a lot of influencers and bloggers, so it became a problem to me then that, okay, I am the one incising them. I'm the one fueling,
while you are still in the military.
While I'm still in the military. You understand? So it's a really serious issue, but we deal with it.
So for social media, if content, you want your content to go viral, for some they, reiterate the importance of hashtags, aside from what is trending. Assuming you're creating your own content that you feel, okay, I need to put this out so people could, learn 1 or 2 things from it. For example, maybe let's say with regards to entrepreneurship or ICT are things that you need to come up with on your own to, sell to the audience for them to, gain something from it. So how important is hashtag when, you want your content to go viral?
Hashtag is an old version of finding trends. It used to work very well, but hardly people follow hashtags now, because usually even some platforms have removed hashtags. You understand? Because somebody has to follow the hashtag for him to be seen all the content. Or maybe I want something for Abuja, Then I'll go and follow the hashtag of Abuja and see all the people that are posting in Abuja. You understand? Or that are in Abuja, you know, the restaurants and everything. So, but nowadays, the trend is different. It's about copying. It's about what is on top of the game. Let's talk about this guy that's in US. You know, that Water Hilton. So he started his own thing as in the morning routine. You know, he come and wash his face, they run, and it became a trend. And everybody wants to join.
Yeah.
You understand? I just saw DJ Khaled with him day before yesterday. You know?
He was just living his normal life, but
and then decided to put it out there. Yeah.
And it promoted the brand, and everybody wants to buy that water and do it. In less than 2 weeks, you see millions of views.
Yeah. So now for our viewers watching and that want to, you know, the urge for trend is becoming more intense now. It's not like before that people don't care what they post or what they do. I mean, I see how crazy, you know, people are going just to trend, just to, you know, make that
everybody craves for virality.
Yes. Yeah. So what would you say they should watch out for, and what are the content, what are the kind of things that you think, whether it's trending or it's not trending, if they can put it out there, it can actually make them, you know, become maybe famous or get the followers that they want to have?
You know, trend is different. I always advise people not to follow trends, because I can give you 2 examples. You know the fish fry guy?
Yeah, the non-mirage.
You understand? So you can't just go and make trend without you building a solid background or having management, because you just trend for 1 week, 2 weeks, and you'll die off. So for you to be in trend as an entrepreneur, you have to first be ready for it. Like some clients, if they talk to me, okay, how can I come up? How can I do this? How can I do this? You understand? I'll say, okay, first, before I can even bring the traffic to your page, we have to work on your page. We have to create some content so that when the traffic comes, they will stay. Because trend is all about pushing people to a certain location, okay, to a certain page. So, but when they come, what will they do? They have to look at what is in there. Should I follow? No. This one is just mad. You understand? Okay, no, I like this guy. Let me follow so that I'll wait for his own next content. Understand? So for entrepreneurs, what I would advise is always have a solid background. Look for social media strategies. Let them build something for you so that when you have the trend, there's something to keep the trend.
So now you just said something that actually, you know, cracked me up. So imagine posting something that maybe gathered, you know, 1 million views for you, and then tomorrow you wake up, you don't have something to post. There are lazy posters. There are people that are lazy to create content that they can keep posting every day. I am one of them. I'm guilty of that. I won't lie about that.
I wanted to say you were one
because,
of them.
Yes, because
you know?
I just can't keep up. That's the truth, because I can't just put my phone and start creating content when I know I have other things to do. So there are people like me. So how do we break out of this for those watching? Because I don't think I need redemption at this point. But for those that want to do that, they need to keep up, you know, because it's one way or the other, whether we like it or not, social media platforms are now paying, which is a way for people to make incomes, even at the, you know, comfort of their homes. For my account, my TikTok account right now, I think I've started earning monthly payment, which I don't even know how to get out the money that I'm receiving. So for us to help people out there to know that they can actually be on social media, you know, maybe showcasing their lifestyle, just like the guy with the water that you just talked about. Yes, ice water, and then other things. Should they go out of the box to create crazy content for them to, you know, keep up like every day? Do they have to keep doing that?
No, you don't have to keep posting every day, in as long as you have relevant information. You understand? As an influencer or as somebody with the right audience, you understand? It's about knowing your audience or what you want. You understand? If they really know you are good and specific on some things, they wait. You understand? They always anticipate. Maybe you can just focus on story posts without creating content. You understand? Okay, you are in this place, and like now we're just here, I'll just post a story post. And you have to tell the story. So they'll be waiting, okay, are you going to post this thing? So they'll be anticipating for the next one.
Yeah, so for them it's a snippet, they are expecting the
you are
full
still there,
where
you are still
went
popping
to.
up.
Yeah.
You understand? You're still popping up, okay, this guy is doing something, this one is doing something. You understand?
So we can say influencing is a commercial brand in social media. So now, how do you balance your desire to create positive change with the need to maintain that commercial brand?
Sometimes it's hard. You understand? Because most people tend to look for money and forget about who you are. You understand? Because you can lose, as an influencer, in one day you can lose your audience. You can just do something that does not go with somebody and he'll just unfollow you. And if you do a lot of things that goes with a lot of audience that don't like that thing and you're associating yourself with that thing, you'll see change.
Yeah.
Then your page will start going down.
Yeah, talking about that, you have your personal interest, and there are things that do not go well, or, I mean, your followers do not agree with, and maybe you really want to post this thing you agree with, and you know that we saw instances, some bloggers, I mean some influencers, we post personal interest and then switch off the comment section because they know they're going to
receive insults.
So how, when you find yourself in that situation, how do you maintain that situation? Like, how do you try to maintain and stabilize yourself, or maybe expect the backlash from your commenters?
One thing I will advise influencers is sometimes not to look at the comment section. Just
yeah, I don't look at comment sections.
Just post
but
and
I
just
love to
leave
look
them.
at other people's comment sections because you can't watch a post without looking at the comment section. If you just go and look at a post, you don't look at it.
How is that possible?
It's not fun.
You know, sometimes when you go to the comment section, you see,
because the comment
sometimes
section,
your eye will catch something. You read it without even preparing
the comment
for it.
section is also important, man, Nasir.
It's important, but sometimes if you know the thing is not aligning with your audience, just kill it. Because
you've seen this Muleka Arewa guy that is doing songs with comment sections.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
That's what I'm saying, you know. So it's actually important. You go to the comment section, especially when you see some contents that you already know that no, I need to enter the comment section to see what is that.
Some comment sections are actually more interesting than the post
but
itself.
the thing is, comment sections are different kind of people with different kind of views. We are going to give, you understand? We are going to be giving one thing now, a copy,
and they'll change narrative.
You understand? You have a different perspective. I have a different perspective. And so sometimes what I see is in comment sections, if I see any negative or anyone, then sometimes somebody will be in a bad mood and you will just see, he'll just hate you just like that. There's nothing. Sometimes he will even comment that is not relevant to the post. You understand? Sometimes somebody will just abuse you.
Just like that.
Just like that. You understand? It's just, it's not feeling.
Just like that.
You understand? So sometimes you just feel like, and just understand that social media are different kind of people with different background and different upbringings. So you can't really say that, okay, your point of view on something has to be the same with your audience. Everybody has his own kind of thinking. And sometimes you just say that, okay, just realize maybe this one is 16 years old, somebody. So he doesn't even have the experience to even understand what you are talking about.
Yeah, so if we want to, look at influencing, let's talk about Pella. When Pella started, he actually used to speak good English to an extent, even though he dropped out of school. But when he started speaking that cryptic English and, all the funny, it blew him up. And he's still doing the same thing. And for that, people still go into his live streams. And then he makes tons of money, which he has been on podcasts and, other platforms that he was interviewed on. And he said he has made up to 10 million in one night.
Wow.
I think within just 1-2 hours of just going live.
Yes.
How will you rate the amount of, financial stability that comes with the social media influencing? And if you were to give us a breakdown of how much so far you've made from when you started on Log Arewa up to date? just estimate, don't tell us everything before, just give
like
us
just throw a little
breakdown, like what is the huge success so far financially you've achieved?
I actually have been living everything with it. You understand? And I'm very content with what I have. I would say in hundreds.
In dollars? Because I know that they pay in dollars.
I'm talking about millions.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but in maybe dollars, in thousands of dollars, sort of. So,
I'll say probably
have you gauged, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, because they pay, right?
Yes.
How would people monetize their pages for our viewers watching now, because they need to know these things that they can actually make money, because we are getting to that era where people will just become rich out of a blue.
Yes, as an influencer in the media, I like Facebook because Facebook pays me better. You understand?
Wow.
It depends on the platform. Some people get money better on TikTok, some on YouTube, but I love Facebook when it comes to monetization. You understand? It's simple. Yes, we have built the audience for quite a long time, but easy money without doing anything. It's a single post.
I think so, but have you ever paid money to promote your content?
Yes, I did. I actually have suffered to build because
It's not easy,
Yeah.
I know what it feels like. So definitely
because
I know
I
where
can
you're
remember
coming
the
from.
time we are doing giveaway every day of 20,000
Just
for 1 month, 2
just
months.
to get that engagement.
Yes,
on your
just to bring people. I can remember everybody would give 20,000, 10,000. You understand? To different one, but I actually don't feel it because our studio is the one fueling it. You understand? So it's from the money from here going to here. It's still the same brand.
Talking about giving away money, I've seen content where people go on the street and tell people, would you want to answer questions to get this money? Is it really true? Did they give out this money for real, or is just
they did give out the
but
money,
for some could be acting
they get
also
more money than giving out the money.
Really? For instance, Ashakai or something, the
Ashakai.
influencer, he started, I remember he started really small, but now you can see big brands calling him, he's ambassadors to many brands now. So I believe when he says you get money, then you get more money.
You spend money to get make
because one is, you look at yourself as an influencer, people will love you for that. Those kind of people that do that. So they'll have more influence over people, and people want to see, okay, they're doing something different. You understand? Then secondly, when you post, it will go viral. The amount of views you're having, Instagram, okay, Facebook is paying you, YouTube is paying you for those views and comments.
Yeah, so for example, for you've been on all the platforms, right?
Yes.
So I know for a fact that YouTube, once you start getting up to 2,000 views and above, you can start monetizing your page. And for TikTok, I think it's about 10,000 followers, you can start earning money. I don't know about Instagram. I don't know how they do that.
5,000.
Facebook 5,000. So I can even start making money, and I didn't know. Please,
You're a millionaire here. You don't know.
So how much do you think this platform pays for these views? Because a lot of people out there actually are putting content that you see millions views, likes, comments, but they don't even know that they can make money from it, or they are even making money from it. So how do they even check to see if they are being paid for the content that they're putting out there?
I think it depends on the platform, on how the algorithm works. I think Facebook is when you have 1,000, I think maybe 100,000 views. It's around maybe $4 to $5, something like that. So
this is
you
cool
calculate.
Fatima will come to share that money together.
No, you're not coming. I don't even know how to make it. You are telling me you want to come and
But
share.
you have them already.
Then sometimes you can just post the content and post it again after 1 week.
Well, you
It
can
will still.
really? Because it will not reach other people, and they may tend
You want
to
to make more money, and you know the content is good. You understand? What really the platforms are doing, they are using your audience too. Like me as a brand, now I want to do advert with TikTok. I want to do advert with YouTube. So I'll go and pay YouTube. Okay, put this thing for me with so age, so
No
number,
wonder it's
the
you people
region.
that are disturbing us with adverts for
see,
everything
understand?
that we are watching.
Yeah, so that's why you have to watch that 3 seconds advert.
You pay me my money back on Nasiru
Oh,
because
wow.
I've watched your advert. Maybe I did not even know that I
So
watched it.
that 3 seconds advert that you watch, the brand has already paid YouTube. So for your audience that have already watched it, so YouTube is paying them for watching it through your YouTube.
Oh, wow.
So that's how the cycle works.
So let's talk about collaboration between influencers. An influencer collaborating with another influencer to enhance social change. What do you have to say about this?
Collaboration is very, very important because you can't grow without collaboration. That's what I feel. You understand? And I would say, collaborating with other brands give you other audience and giving you more authenticity. You understand? So for people being understanding, people that want to follow you, they are seeing your movements, they are seeing more authentic, so they believe more in you. So collaboration, it's give you more audience from this person and your own audience, then bringing it together.
So quickly, in 2 minutes, what advice can you give aspiring influencers and how to use their platform for social change?
For influencers, what I'll advise you is be unique. Don't copy anybody. The world is too big. We have more than billions of people. Half of the world is online now. So, and we have different perspectives. You understand? So everybody has a different niche, and a lot of people will come to you with the niche you have because there are a lot of people that want that niche. So just focus, be consistent, and collaborate.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Mr.
so
Wapi.
much, Nasir Bapi,
Thank you very much.
for being part of this discussion this morning and for your contribution, of course. And I'm sure that Nigerians watching have learned one or two things from this conversation with Nasir Bapi, who happens to be an influencer and a seasoned entrepreneur, also a former Air Force officer. I mean, the transition is huge, right? So I'm sure you've learned one or two things, and take your social media seriously at this point if you want to be an influencer, because definitely you're going to make money. And we'll hear the cut down of poverty, one thing or the other, so people will be able to take care of their needs.
Fatima, let's take
here and
influencing
there.
very seriously. There's
Well,
money in it.
you will take it seriously. Definitely.